Well, hello and welcome to all my loyal YouTube subscribers. Let's jump into the market. So we have had two very large rebounds. The market was up 2.24% when we look at the SPX on Friday. After Russia invaded Ukraine, there was a lot of fear. The markets fell and then rebounded very, very strongly from there. Anything more than 1% is significant. So a very big recovery. And when we look at our 92% accurate opening range, we're now back in neutral territory. So the number that you need to look for is 4394 on the SPX. If it gets above 4394, and in particular the 200-day simple moving average on the daily chart, we are certainly back in bullish mode. But at this point, we are neutral. Now, if we look at our skew, which is the perceived risk of a 2 standard deviation move or more to the downside, in other words, a market crash, anything above 135 shows that the smart money is worried about a market crash. Right now, it's 132.51, so we're very close to that. We'll keep a close eye on that. Combined put-call ratio here is, when we look at the 10-day moving average, the blue line, is 1.02. Anything 1 or higher shows that there is too much fear in the market. Everyone is hedged, everyone is short. There's no one left to sell. So this is actually a very bullish sign. So we'll keep an eye on that. The trend reading, which is the most accurate overbought, oversold reading on the planet, is actually neutral right now at 0.86. As far as economic news goes, we have the Federal Reserve Chairman will be talking on Wednesday and Thursday. We have the employment situation and jobless claims on Thursday and Friday, and also ADP employment reports. A lot of employment reports coming out, numbers coming out this week. We will keep an eye on that, and also the Fed balance sheet as well. So that's what's happening this week. More employment news than anything else. And, if we look at the overall workspace, we can see that all the major indexes are at or below their 21 EMAs on the daily chart. So still everything is neutral right now. We haven't got a breakout to the upside. Yes, we've had 2 strong days to the upside, but we are still technically neutral with our opening range. So we will wait and see what the market gives us. Now, as far as potential ideas for this week, one of the ones that I was looking at was SQ, which is now changed its name to Block. Now, when I look here at SQ, I can see that $505,000 worth of out-of-the-money 220 strike call options were bought recently at the ask price. So this is a bullish, unusual option activity trade here, and there could certainly be some further upside here looking at this unusual option activity, right? So SQ's a lot of unusual option activity trading there at the ask price. They could have gone in at the midpoint between 9.25 the bid, 10.10 the ask. They didn't go in at the midpoint to save money. They actually went in straight at the ask price. It shows a sense of urgency. It shows that they know something. So that's interesting. Also there at the 145 strike, $233,000 worth of calls being bought again at the ask price. At the 160 call, another $166,000 worth of calls being bought. Again, these are not immediate expiries. These still have some time to go, right about a month or so, but a bit of bullish, unusual option activity there, right? No doubt about that. So that's interesting. And when we look here at the chart itself, so if we go to SQ, so look at SQ, we can see it was in a steep downtrend and now it's just broken out of that. Okay, so that is a bullish development, and we have quite a lot of unusual option activity out of the money at a higher strike price than where it's at. Had a big move on Friday, up 26.1%. If we just have a look here at SQ. Okay, so had earnings on the 24th. Now, the consensus was 24 cents earnings per share. They come out with 27, and revenue was 4.1 billion. Though revenue grew 29.1% on a year-over-year basis. Okay, and let's just have a quick look here at the actual fundamentals here of SQ or block. If we click here on statistics, okay, so we can see here quarterly revenue growth, 29.1%. That's solid. The total cash and total debt, almost the same. Not a huge amount of debt compared to the amount of cash that's got. Huge amount of cash. Institutions like it, 61.8%. But I want to have a look here and see what the forecasted growth here of the company is for the next 5 years. 39.91%. So I like that. I did my calculations on this, and the real value of this company, which is trading right now, as you can see, at $119.82, is $157.23. So it is significantly undervalued, 31% undervalued right now. A real value of $157.23. I think setting up a position on this would make some sense with a real value up at 157. I do like the look of this company, and I will set up a position in this that will enable me to acquire the company and also start selling call options against it. I'll build 8% downside protection into the trade. And if it does finish above 125, I'll just work this out right now while I'm with you. I'm going to make a very nice return on this one as well. So if this does finish above 125 come the 14th of the 4th, I'll make a 12.3% return on my money. And I've also built 8% downside protection into the trade. So it has to drop more than 8% the next month before I'm losing any money. And then I have several strategies with options to be able to manage that position even if it was to fall. Right? I could buy put options for protections. I could roll down my calls. I could do a whole range of things that would really help me manage the trade at a professional level. So I do like that position. That's definitely one that I am looking at right now. Unusual option activity that's out of the money. It's broken out of a downward trend, now broken up, had some solid earnings there as well, and has great growth prospects moving forward. Its growth estimates per year is just almost 40%. So that is looking pretty good. If we have a look here at the revenue, and we can see that is growing at a fantastic rate as well. So, not too bad there at all. Don't mind the look of that, and we will look to set up a position there with block. As far as Bitcoin goes, let's have a look at this. Maybe a bit of a double bottom happening here. There was one of our members that spotted a bull flag here on the 4-hour chart, right, with Bitcoin. But we've got that 40,000 round number resistance. If we go back to the daily chart, we have the 21 and the 50 to get beyond. But I think if we could break above 40, we could see a bit of a move here in Bitcoin, and we'll be keeping a close eye on it. So there's some of the things that I'm looking at for this week. SQ is a position that we will take now, and the rest of our positions are doing very nicely. One of the other positions that we have on is CleanSpark. Due to our ability to be able to use options, we have a cost basis of this stock of $6.36. Okay, so we've got our cost basis is $6.36. Right now it's trading at $9.48. And we can continue to bring in some very nice premium on that, and that's doing very, very nicely. In fact, this position that we're cash flowing and really reducing our break even and cost basis in the trade is doing exceptionally well. And you have a look here at the earnings. They grew revenue 1,726.5% on a year-over-year basis. Pretty incredible. So very happy with that. We're making some very good money with CleanSpark, and we are still in that position. So that's another one that we're in as well, just to give you guys some more value. All right, I hope you found that useful. Remember, on the SPX, we need to look at 4394, which is right there with our opening range. 4394 gets above that, and the 200, we could start to move higher. That's what we need to be focused on for this week, and SQ is the new position we're getting into. All right, hope you enjoy that. Talk to you again next week. All the best, and bye for now.